watching Twin Tiers Evening News with Jeff Androlonis and Alexa Olson. Now, from the Twin Tiers' biggest broadcast news operation, WVTT proudly presents Twin Tiers Evening News.
Good evening, I'm Alexa Olson. Jeff Androlonis is off tonight. The big story on Twin Tiers Evening News. The New York Assembly passed the New York Secure Arms and Firearms Enforcement Act in a 104-43 vote, but many Western New York lawmakers opposed the law. 8 of 10 local assembly members voted against the bill. In the Senate, just 2 of 6 senators voted for the bill. The new bill includes many components, requiring background checks on all private gun sales and that mental health professionals report patients who are considered to be a threat to themselves or anyone else, limiting the number of bullets held in magazines and also reinforcing the state's existing assault weapons ban. With more on the story, let's go live to the WVTT Digital Newsroom where WVTT's Valerie Tysander is standing by with the latest. Valerie?
Alexa, more gun control legislation could be hitting the table very soon. President Obama called on Congress to think of some new gun control laws just 24 hours after Governor Cuomo signed the New York Safe bill.
Governor Cuomo signed the so-called toughest gun control bill in the nation yesterday, sparking a debate on gun restrictions.
In my opinion, you can't put something of that magnitude together in several weeks. So I have my reservations whether that's the answer.
Olean Police Captain Kurt Ireland isn't alone. Many Western New Yorkers reacted with outrage to the new legislation.
I do think that people should be allowed to have guns. It's just something, it's our Second Amendment. It should never be taken away from us. The police have, way stronger guns than we ever even keep in our own houses. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like we shouldn't even be lifting a ban on it at all. It's kind of just turning into a police state, in my view.
People are going to find one way or another to kill each other, damage each other.
But nearly everyone agrees something has to be done.
You watch the news, you listen to this, they're shooting 6, 7-year-old kids. I mean, how can you not be fearful? And that's becoming commonplace in America every week.
And there was yet another school shooting in the United States. Last night, this one in St. Louis, Missouri at the business school, where a part-time student shot a longtime administrator. So the Olean Police Department has been looking into ways they can work with schools to vamp up safety.
Yesterday, we just met with the schools,
where the PD explained what they have been doing to keep schools safe.
We also asked them to tell us what they thought we could do better. What we've started to do is school visits or school walks.
Police say they are taking any and all threats, however menial they may seem, very seriously.
Rather than ignoring that and having the thought, they're just kids, they're going to say that. Well, we don't do that because we can't afford to do that.
Captain Ireland does say that if any parent is concerned about their child's safety, they should give the police station a call and someone will explain in detail just what they're doing to keep children safe. In the WVTT Digital Newsroom, I'm Valerie Tysander. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Valerie. WVTT spoke with U.S. Congressman Tom Reed. He says the idea of mental health screenings seem reasonable to him, but he's not happy about the proposed gun control ban. He says he wants to get down to the root of the problem.
We have a code that has over 70,000 pages, code with more than 4 million words. We spend as a general 6.1 billion, that's billion with a B, hours filling out taxes and tax forms or working with our tax preparers that the people have to hire to fill out their tax returns. And that is just, to me, an example why comprehensive tax reform needs to occur.
Now, Apple has agreed to raise the age restrictions on a new NRA iPhone app that was released on the eve of the one-month anniversary of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. This decision comes after a request from Senator Charles Schumer to raise the age restriction to 17 and over. Now, the app, called NRA Practice Range, is free and allows children to play virtual target practice with assault weapons. Apple has already raised the restrictions from ages 4 and up to 12 and up. An attorney for alleged murderer Gregory Eldred is asking for a psychological evaluation. His preliminary hearing will likely not be rescheduled until after that happens. The Potter County District Attorney says he granted the evaluation for a few reasons. He says that he wanted to be sure Eldred is competent to stand trial and that there are no legal loopholes left open in the case. Eldred is accused of shooting his ex-wife during services at a Coudersport church. Suspended Allegheny Limestone Middle School principal Timothy McMullen has officially resigned from his post. McMullen has been on paid leave since 2011, shortly after he had a restraining order placed against him and harassment charges filed in Allegheny Village Court. He was found guilty of those charges in 2012. An Olean man that led police on a high-speed chase across state lines will spend 4 years in prison. 26-year-old Paul Tyler was sentenced in court yesterday. Police tried to pull him over in Olean on March 29th. He led them on a high-speed chase. That chase ended when Tyler crashed his car in Turtle Point. Tyler was also sentenced for attempted break-in in June of 2011. A Bradford man charged in 6 separate cases of arson and other crimes has gotten a plea deal. 54-year-old Edward Pagnetti of Bradford was in McKean County Court yesterday. He pleaded guilty to 6 charges, including insurance fraud, and in return, 63 other counts were dismissed. But the McKean County DA told the Bradford Era he feels like his justice was served. There's also a binding sentence recommended as part of the deal, but the details aren't being released until Pagnetti is sentenced on February 1st. Meantime, Pagnetti remains behind bars at McKean County Jail in Smethport. A structure fire reported overnight at a Northwich American Legion. Reports indicated that the heavy flames and smoke were seen. Firefighters from Norwich Township, Smethport, Claremont, and Port Allegheny all responded to the scene. No further information is available at this time. The sale of a Port Allegheny glass factory has area residents worried about their jobs. Versailles North America, which owns the St. Gobain glass container plant, was recently purchased by a company out of Luxembourg. No word on how many it affects jobs in Port Allegheny's largest employer. The Erie County Comptroller's Chief of Staff was in court Tuesday to answer to drunk driving charges. The Chief of Staff is Jeffrey Becchio. He was arrested and charged with a DWI early in October after he was stopped by troopers for failing to dim his headlights on Route 242 in Machias. He was found guilty in Machias Town Court. He could face up to a year in jail, a $1,000 fine, and 3 years probation. He'll be sentenced on April 3rd. Rowlett Township is laying off all their full-time personnel. Township supervisors announced the temporary layoff effective immediately. Now, supervisors say that rather than raising taxes, they'll initiate a partial layoff. Water, sewer, and road crews will only work with the bare minimum to make sure that operations are functional and roads are passable. St. Bonaventure University accounting students are getting ready for their 10th year of offering free tax services to qualifying taxpayers. The Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program has moved from their normal location in the Olean Mall to the United Way office on West State Street. Cattaraugus County workers must have a family household income of $50,000 to qualify for free tax preparation. And the Buffalo Sabres season's tickets are nearly sold out as of today. Almost 14,000 tickets remain at the box office. Around 5,000 tickets were sold on Tuesday. So far, 4 games have been sold out, and single-seat tickets are all that's available. Box office personnel could certainly see all 24 of the Sabres home games being sold out due to fan support and the absence of hockey because of the lockout. First game is at home against the Flyers at 12:30 on Sunday. We have much more coming up next. This is Twin Tiers Evening News.